Welcome, everybody. Casting for Two podcast with your host, me, Chris. I am he who is that guy who is the only person I know named Chris M. Hernandez, which is my last name in case you didn't know. There you go. Now you know everything about me. Now I must destroy you. No, but not really. I have a little announcement, some personal stuff going on. I'm gonna be moving here in a couple of weeks, and so unfortunately I'm gonna have to put the podcast on a little pause because I don't know when I'm gonna have internet. So, and I want to keep doing the podcast, but one of the things I really need is the internet because that's how I talk to people. That's how I post things. Internet. It's a part of my life. So if I miss a couple of weeks, you know why. But so far, I mean, I have this episode and the next episode. And then after that, little break. I mean, 38 weeks, I think I deserve a little break. I will miss you, though, but I won't be gone too far. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And so get ready for that. My guest today is an actress. Just a blast talking to her. Her name was Andrea Gabriel. She's been on shows like Lost. She was in the Twilight movies. She was in that series. He acted in there. But I just had a great time chatting with her about just random movies, 80s movies, and ghosts, which I didn't expect, which you'll hear. But let's just get into this episode, okay? I want to listen to it. I'm tired of talking. So sit back and relax. And Chris, cue the music, please. Hi, Andrea. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Just kind of chilling.
I hear you. Where are you? Where are you?
Where am I? Okay, well, that's a fair question. No, I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
And you're in the Los Angeles area?
I'm in LA.
Okay. How do you like it out there?
I love it here. We had our first earthquake. Well, not our first, but my first. I've been here a while, about 10 years, and never really, had a little tiny one. So it wasn't big apparently, but it was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I've only been through one very, very minor earthquake, and it was one of those ones where I was sitting in class. And like maybe 8 people felt it, while the other people are just like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, that's always the way it is. I usually sleep through them.
Uh-huh. There you go. That's the safest way thing to do during an earthquake. Sleep through it.
And I at least you won't know what hit you.
Exactly. And plus, it makes for an interesting morning.
Exactly.
You wake up, there's huge holes in the ground. But, so this is a Casting for Two podcast where, as you can tell, it's just kind of a casual chat show where we can talk about anything, really.
Cool.
But, I mean, I am interested in hearing how you got the acting bug. So, I mean, I'd like to hear, was acting something you did when you were younger, or were you...
well, my parents were both on soap operas when I was growing up. So I was raised in New York, and they were, on 2 shows, both on ABC. And so I just grew up thinking that everyone was an actor. I actually thought you could either be an actor or you could be in politics, because I thought that the actors entertained the politicians. So I thought it was like, court jester days where, they were like the royalty and we were here to entertain them. So even if someone was a dentist or a cab driver or whatever, that was their other job, because, they were really actors, because everyone was an actor. And so I just thought, well, I don't want to be in politics, and I'm probably not going to be very good at it, so I'm going to act then. And it actually turned out that I enjoyed it. So, but I used to have I when I was little, I thought that the best way to kind of do a bunch of different things is to own a mall, because that way I could have a flower shop and be a florist. I could have a pet shop and play with pets. See, I didn't understand that.
Right.
A huge conglomerate business. I thought they were all mine. So I always liked playing different roles and never really I liked doing different things. I had a lot of different interests. So acting is great, because one day you're a lawyer and one day you're a prisoner and one day you're a vampire. So it all changes.
Yeah. No, definitely. So you played a lot of mall madness growing up?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
but I know that because I grew up in Manhattan, so we didn't have any malls. But I loved coming and visiting California, because it was, the way people come to when they go on vacation and they have, say, oh, I'm going to see the Statue of Liberty, or I'm going to go to Disneyland. One of my stopping places was always a mall, because I just loved them.
No, I get malls. I've worked in 2 of them in my lifetime. Well, sort of 3, maybe. And I get the appeal. You have everything there. You have all sorts of personalities. The best part is the mall walkers.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they just intrigue me, but just the idea of, I'm going to do something productive today. I'm going to walk in the mall. I know. Yeah, and it's just one of those with
little pedometers.
Yeah, one of those little simple things that us youngins take for granted. Like, I don't feel like walking in the mall and being productive. But
exactly.
But no,
it's like in the 80s, it was such a sort of they were so cheerful, and it was such a hot thing because they were new,
Yeah.
And so people would go there to hang out. I didn't, because I was in Manhattan, but I saw it on TV and movies all the time. Like, that was the place you go. So I was like, malls.
Right. Yeah. Like probably the one mall I would have loved to work at was Fast Times.
Fast Times. Yeah, that's actually. I think they shot that at the Glendale Galleria. I think no, not Glendale. Oh God! I'm such a horrible Angelino. What was it? The Woodland Hills. It's on Sepulveda, but every time I pass it, I'm just like, nope, they shot Fast Times.
They shot it at Twin Oaks Mall.
Twin Oaks. Okay. And where is that?
I was making a Back to the Future reference.
Oh. Sorry. My 80s, and here I was bragging about it.
Oh, no. No, I'm a huge movie buff, so I love movies.
Oh, me too.
But
my favorite is Karate Kid.
Karate Kid? Okay.
The first one. The first one? Of course. Do I have to even say?
Well, see, I'm from the Hilary Swank Karate Kid generation, unfortunately.
Got it.
So that's the only Karate Kid I knew of. But
no, really?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. I know.
Well, have you gone back and enjoyed the legend that is Daniel LaRusso?
Not that much, to be honest with you. I will after this podcast, because I feel like I'm being put on the spot, which I sort of am. I will go and watch it. Okay.
Please do. Oh my God! And he's actually then once you have, I will do my Ralph Macchio imitation, because it is the one imitation that I can do, and of course it's a dude, but he sounded like a girl in it.
Okay.
And he wouldn't be offended that I say that, because he was like 21, but he looked 12. It was crazy.
He's a listener, so you better watch what you say.
Is he really?
No.
I'm disappointed. I worked with him once on a show called The Whole Truth with Maura Tierney and Rob Morrow, and he was guest starring on it with me, and I was just it was like I was looking at the Dalai Lama. I didn't want to freak him out, but I just wanted to be near him.
Right. I remember. I mean, this isn't a celebrity story at all, but when I was in high school, I was in band, and we used to throw these big jazz band shows where we would get impersonators. And I was freaking out over the Neil Diamond impersonator.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't even Neil Diamond, but I was just freaking out because I was like, there's Neil Diamond. And of course...
Were you a fan of Neil Diamond?
I respect Neil Diamond. I can name 3 or 4 of his songs, but other than that, that's pretty much it.
Oh, my God.
But I respect him a great deal.
Who wouldn't?
Exactly. He's the Diamondator.
He's the jazz singer.
Exactly. So, but I can see how you would freak out over Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
I did almost choke one time because I saw Roddy Piper in the mall eating a sandwich.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My dad, because I grew up kind of a huge wrestling fan, and we were just shopping randomly, and my dad goes, "Hey, look, there's Roddy Piper." And I go, whatever, and I turn around, and there he is eating a giant hoagie.
Aww.
And almost died because I was just so blown away, and I didn't say anything because I'm not that guy. I just want them to live their life. But
he was just on The Haunting of. Do you ever watch that show?
Mm-mm.
No, it's oh God, what's it? I think it might be on the Sci-Fi Network, but it's The Haunting of, and this psychic who's really, really good. She goes and like these celebrities have been on Celebrity Ghost Stories where they tell stories that supernatural things that happen to them. And so she goes back and like goes to the place with them and kind of tries to tell them what exactly went on and who was talking to them and whatever happened. So he was on that. He had quite a few stories.
Oh, interesting. Well, now I gotta watch that.
Yeah, now you got to watch it. It's really interesting. I like Celebrity Ghost Stories, but some of them are really good. Like, wow, I can't believe that they experienced that. And some of them are like, and I left my key on the table, and when I came back, I remembered I had put it somewhere else. I'm like, that's not as supernatural.
Right.
They just are trying to get a little airtime, but some of them, it's like the stories are crazy.
Yeah.
And then this one, her name is Teresa Pacudo or something like that. It's The Haunting of, and it's her show, and she is the bomb. She's she's amazing. I'm into that kind of stuff.
Well, see, this segues perfect into my next question. Do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
Do you? Okay. See, and this wasn't my next question. I just find it fascinating.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'm psychic too. I believe in psychics as well.
Do you? I'm not against it at all. I'm just not for. I'm neutral. I want to see it happen. One of my goals is to go in like an incredibly haunted place, whether it's a hospital or. The more murders, the better, Oh,
dear God, you're one of those.
And I just want to sit in a room all night. Just leave me alone. I'm not going to be one of those people that walks around. Just leave me in, like, the craziest room. And I just want to see what happens,
Oh, my God. Are you like a horror fan?
I'm not at all. No.
Really?
I growing up, I was always fascinated with Michael Myers just because of the fact that he always knows where you are. It didn't matter where you hid. He would find you. He would go directly to that spot,
Yeah, GPS and whatnot.
Exactly. He had his own GPS, and he knew where you were, and it just always fascinated me. But I haven't seen a scary movie that's really like given me nightmares. But I'm not saying I'm a big tough guy. I just haven't. And this is just my own personal thing. When I see a scary movie and the villain or whatever is CG, all I'm looking at is zeros and ones. That's all I see. So it's
my God, see?
It's not scary to me.
It's not scary at all. I hear you. I totally hear you. Yeah, I think the ghosts are are not necessarily like, dead people that, are walking around and trying to scare people. I think a lot of times, like, it's almost like a film is playing on a loop energetically, and they don't even know they're dead. Like, they're just kind of like, they're not even conscious, really. I kind of think that's, I mean, I don't believe in, some places I feel like it might be like a malevolent sort of, consciousness, but most, or even just an energy, but I don't think it's like, it's not like, they're crime fighting or, it's not like Scooby-Doo where they have, which none of those ghosts ever ended up being real.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no.
I always had dreams, like I always thought it would be so cool if one Scooby-Doo, there was a real ghost.
Okay, yeah.
If one of them had actually been a legit ghost, and they're just like, blows their mind. Because every time it's like, as scary as this looks, it's going to be like some guy in a sheet. And, all this debunking, I was like, wah, wah. It was such a Watergate era show.
Yeah. Well, when in the later, like, I think millennium or like 90s, when they wanted to reboot Scooby-Doo, they actually did make the monsters real.
Yeah.
So, I would have loved to seen a 70s.
And that movie was one of them.
Yeah. Exactly. But I don't know.
Nothing against any of the cast, crew, or writers.
Yeah, exactly. Scooby-Doo had a big part in my childhood, so I respect Scooby-Doo, along with Neil Diamond. And but I don't know. I always find like Home Invasion way scarier than Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Like that's something that could happen. So that's kind of my biggest fear is somebody in a big, huge house and somebody breaking in and me not knowing about it and, messing with me.
Gotcha.
Like physical ghosts, non-dead ghosts.
Oh, I gotcha. I'm more scared. Ghosts are more, like, to me. It was like one of the scariest ones. Like, you know what? I really liked the woman in Black, the Lady in Black.
Yeah, well, the Daniel Radcliffe movie.
That was a great movie.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I enjoyed that movie. I love the fact that there were shots of the woman in the background, and they didn't do that thing where they pumped a music cue or anything. She was just in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Just chilling, staring.
Get so mad at those jump out at you ones. I'm like, that's not a scare. That's a shock. You're cheating.
Yeah. It's so much scarier when, well, again, this is my opinion, when the monster is right there, but the character can't see it, but you can see it. Did you see the Evil Dead movie, the remake?
No.
There's this one, like, I enjoyed the movie and the original one, but there's this one part where, one of the friends is demonized and he's just staring at his friend, just watching him and following him. And I just found that, like, incredibly scary, just somebody following you, watching you. So. Wow.
Yeah, I wonder if I've never been in some sci-fi stuff, but I've never been in, like, a horror movie. I wonder how I would sort of psychologically deal with that, because I can get pretty involved in my roles. It might be a little traumatic, but I'm open to it.
Now,
let's see.
Now, as an actress, which one do you prefer? I'm always confused.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay. As a person who make believes for a living, when you get into a character, you get your mindset. I've always found it interesting how somebody gets out of that, because you're playing a character, for long hours, days. How do you switch back to Andrea?
Oh, it's just honestly, like, it becomes a habit. It just becomes, like, I guess if you're a doctor and you're not going to go around, with a scalpel seeing if everyone's okay on the street, sort of like your off hours.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, you kind of it's a part of your brain that just sort of, opens and closes so you can just, function in your life and just go back to it. I don't believe in these people. I mean, I believe in them. I know they exist, but I don't think it's necessary to do the method thing where you're just this person. I think it's dangerous, and it's a little self-indulgent. It's like, it's a level of professionalism to be able to come in and out of it, and to ask everyone in your life to accommodate that is asking a bit much. It's like, it's a job, people. You're not in a psych ward.
Right.
Nothing against psych ward.
No, it does kind of speak to what kind of person, the individual is, who's like, I need to be this person, consume it, because, I mean, sure, they want to get the best possible role out there, but it just kind of speaks to, are they not happy with who they are, that they have to take on this other person? Or something? Yeah,
or to feel like, I mean, no matter what, you're not going to become another person.
Right.
You're just not going to, unless you're a little unstable. You're not going to become another person. It's a job. You're acting. This is what you do, and then you go back to being you and your family and your friends and doing the laundry and what you got to do. It's not rocket science.
Right.
It's just, a lot of people make it way more important than it is, and I think those are the people who kind of fall off the deep end. And they might be great actors, they might be brilliant, but not really functional.
Well, it's from talking with you, it sounds like you do take acting seriously, but you're more of a casual actor.
Yeah, well, casual. When I'm in it, I'll go as far as I have to go. I'm not gonna pull back or dial it in. But I'm a practical actress, so I just, I think it comes from growing up around it. That again, there's a lot of self-aggrandizement in this business, and it's just a job. It's just, a job like anybody else's. Like, my job is no more important than the cameraman's. I might have to get more emotional than he does, but. Or I might have to, wear more makeup than he does, but we're all just there and we're creating the same thing. There's no more, actors are treated a lot differently than cameramen. But I don't think that that's fair. I think that everyone who's honest at working those, kind of hours and putting something together, we're all creative and everyone's important. So that's,
And you're all there for the same purpose, really.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. We couldn't do it without any one of these people.
Okay. Yeah. So see, actors and crew people, get along.
Of course.
Get along.
Oh my God, I love crew. I love the crew. Crew's the best part.
I can see that. Do you have a favorite experience from a set?
I really did like the first time I went out to Lost in season 1. That was super exciting.
And you went out to Hawaii and all that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Went to Hawaii, and it was the first season, and it was really exciting being part of this thing that they didn't even know that it was such a success yet, because they were on an island, and all the hype from the mainland hadn't really reached them yet. So it was still this almost like this vibe of, I knew what was going on, and I was trying to explain to them, like, you don't understand. Everybody's talking about this show, and they're like, oh, good. Hopefully it gets picked up. Good. I'm like, no, you don't get it. So that was like really fun, and it was honestly, it felt like we were doing an independent movie. I mean, with a better budget, of course, but it felt like we were doing an indie movie on Hawaii. Everyone was just so casual. It was just really, really cool. It was really cool. I loved season 1 and working with Naveen Andrews, and it was a lot of fun.
There we go.
That was probably my favorite so far.
Okay, so far, yes. I'm sure there will be more, plenty more.
Gracias, monsieur.
Let's kind of switch gears and talk about you did a music video.
Yeah.
Where was
yeah, I decided. Well, I have been working on music for a while, but this was a departure. A lot of my songs are very moody and kind of angsty, but this one was it was comedic, and so I figured, I'm not looking to become a musician at this point in my world. I don't think I would have the energy to tour.
Right.
But I just wanted to make a comedic short almost with this song as a script. So it's called Clever Girl, and it's just about me, and it's a version of me, but about a girl who is dates dumb guys because they're so good looking, and knows that she's doing it again, and it's like, why do I always do this? I'm such a clever girl, but she just can't get. I mean, they're just so cute. They're so hot. So she just dates them. So that's sort of the premise of the song, and I produced it and we shot it out here, and it was just really fun. I don't have a lot of comedy in my resume, but so I just decided to create my own.
Okay. So I'm assuming your dream project would be possibly a comedy, horror, sci-fi with ghosts.
And Ralph Macchio.
And Ralph, of course.
And it's if you go to YouTube, you just say Andrea Gabriel, Clever Girl, and it'll pop up for you.
There we go. Do you want to shoot more videos like that? Maybe not music, but skits.
Yeah, well, right now I'm in pre-production for a pilot for a web series that I'm planning to get off the ground. So that's very exciting. I love writing and producing as well. One day I'd love to direct, but I have to watch a few more directors. That's a lot of. You gotta have a big pair of pants to do that.
Right.
Have everyone on set listen to you. I like to have the power, but not be the bad guy.
Right. Well, that's where the first AD comes in.
Well, that's where the producer comes in, but you also have to have money.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, no, the first AD, poor guys, they were the most hated person on set. Oh my God, they're so annoying, and they're paid to be annoying. It's every one of them, I think they should just have like a t-shirt that says shh.
Oh, that's so funny.
And it's like they don't know, but that's my least favorite sound in the world. I hate the sound shh. I hate it. I'd even rather you say hush or be quiet or something, but it reminds me of being in school, and I just hate it.
Right.
So never shh me.
Okay, I will never shush you.
Just say shut the F up before you shush me.
So I saw on your resume you were on Twilight.
Yes, I was in Breaking Dawn too.
How was that?
It was a lot. I mean, it was a lot of fun. We were on location for 4 months, and so we, just a bunch of actors removed from our families and our homes, and friends, and so it just kind of became like, you remember that hotel in the Great Muppet Caper?
Oh yeah.
Where all the Muppets are just hanging out of the windows. It kind of turned into that. Just a bunch of because there was really not a lot to do. So we just all got to know each other, and that was a lot of fun. And then there were just some random, really, really long days on set where you would just be standing in front of a green screen for 12 hours, basically. So it was it was almost like a psychological experiment. Like, okay, now set them free and see what they do.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
And you guys shot that in Vancouver?
We shot it in Baton Rouge and Squamish, British Columbia, which is between Whistler and Vancouver.
I went to school in Victoria, so
you did?
Yeah, I'm very familiar. I actually auditioned to be, I think, in the second Twilight movie.
Oh, you did?
I did. It was horrible. Because they were looking for, First Nation, 100% First Nation.
Oh.
And I have the skin color, but I'm Mexican.
Oh.
So I was, and it was funny because I went with my friend because she wanted to be an actor. So I was supporting her, but I figured I'll just do it. Why not? It'll be funny. I could use it for a podcast story later in life.
Right.
And so the one of the things though is that there was, I was next in line, and ahead of me was an African American, black lady, and the guy kept telling her, "We're looking for First Nation only," and she was just sitting there like, "Oh, okay," and she would not move one bit. And I was thinking in my head like, "Oh, this poor girl. This guy's trying to get her out, and she's not getting the hint." But then I also thought, well, you know what? Let her live her dream. Let her do this. She might wow the producer. So
you were being the first AD.
Exactly. And then she went in and immediately walked out.
Oh my God.
So, but yeah.
Hey man, she took it to the max. She took it as far as it had to go.
Exactly. You know what? I waited, she was like, I waited 2 hours and I'm going to do this. I don't care if I get denied.
Let them tell me I'm not First Nation.
Exactly. And then after this, we're going to the white spot.
There you go. So. There you go.
So, but yeah, I didn't. Needless to say, I didn't get the role, but that's okay. They wanted me to shave.
Well, you should have.
They wanted me to shave my head. I didn't feel like doing it.
Thank you. There you go. So, Amen.
So, but
thank you so much. I gotta actually hop off.
Oh yeah, no problem. I enjoyed.
We can do this again.
I would love to. I didn't know we were going to talk about ghosts. This is awesome. I loved it.
I loved it too.
Okay, so you'll definitely have to come back whenever you want. Open invitation.
Oh, wonderful! I would love that.
Awesome.
And make sure to follow me. I'm A Gabriel Tweets on Twitter. A Gabriel Tweets.
Mm-hmm.
And also my Facebook fan page, which is easy to find. But there's some fun stuff on those too.
There you go.
I get silly.
Oh, and you know what? I like silly. So thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, you come back whenever you want.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Will you tweet me so I can follow you?
I will definitely tweet you for sure.
Clearly.
Will do. And you have yourself a good
day.
And
watch Karate Kid, please.
Yes. And
okay. And then I'll do my Ralph Macchio for you.
Okay. Okay. That sounds like a challenge that I'm gonna win.
I will blow your mind.
Awesome. I can't wait now.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, just a quick reminder, you can always catch up with these episodes on castingfor2.com. You can also follow me at Twitter @castingfor2 or send me an email at castingfor2@gmail.com.